Welcome back to Outdoor Skills Made Easy. It's a cold day today and it's the perfect time for starting a campfire and having warm treats. So today we're going to use an orange and make a cupcake in the orange in the campfire. The second thing that we're going to do is take an apple, we're going to hollow it out, and really we're going to make an apple pie inside the apple. So apple pie without the crust. A couple of really fun things to do, and they're super easy. So for the orange, you're just going to hollow it out, use a basic cake mix. The ingredients in the cake mix are 3 eggs, half a cup of oil, and 1 cup of water. Mix it all together, and since we don't have our mix master here, we're just going to use a 2-gallon freezer bag. We'll throw it all in there, mash it all up. If the kids are here, they love doing that, and they can just work it. And then for the apples, you'll need half a cup of brown sugar and half a cup of oats, half a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then you mix that all together with some butter. So I've got 4 tablespoons of butter here, and it's supposed to be melted, but hey, it's a cold day. So our solution to that is we're going to mix our other dry ingredients, and as we put it in the apple, we're going to shave the butter and layer it in there, wrap it in foil, throw it on the coals. It's going to be delicious. Let's go. So the first thing that we need to do is hollow out our orange, and it gets a little bit sloppy. So I've brought my big baggie full of paper towels. And if you remember in the video that we talked about always carrying your toilet paper with you and how to keep it dry, we're going to use that same technique with the paper towels. So we've put it in a baggie. We're pulling the paper towels from the center, and they'll just pull out as you need them. Super handy when you're camping. And then because we know that this is sloppy, we're going to use a lot of paper towels, and I've put my garbage bag on the ground here, so when I need to, I can just drop it in and keep going. So let's start with the orange. All right, so the first thing that we'll do is just cut the top off. We're going to use that a little later as a lid. So we'll save that, and then take your knife and just work it around, being careful not to poke down through the bottom. Now I'm going to get my spoon and just see if I can start scooping this out a little bit. So really you get to enjoy this twice. Oh, it's getting sloppy. I better have some fresh orange juice. We're getting there. We're going to keep going so it gets a little cleaner. So as you can see, you won't get everything out, but that's okay because it's an orange flavored cupcake. So that's all right. We'll clean this up and we'll get the batter ready. Start with our cake mix. It takes 1 cup of water, and I'm using my half cup, so a couple of those. We're going to add 1/2 cup of oil. Turn that over. Turn it towards me so there's no drips. Nice, huh? And then we'll add 3 eggs. We're going to seal that up good. I'm going to take a little bit of air out of it. And then we can either start doing this or just turn it over to the kids and make sure that it's mixed up very well. So you can enjoy the activity of mixing that up while you're here camping, or because we are Outdoor Skills Made Easy, we mixed up a batch at home and just put it on our baggies. So we can take our oranges over, we'll cut the end out, fill them up with batter, and we're set to go. Very nice. We'll give it a little bit of room to rise. And just squeeze the rest of it in there. Very nice. There we go. We'll put the lids on and take them over to the coals. Now it's time to get our apples ready. So the first thing we're going to do is just cut the top off and then try and core it. Remember, we don't want to cut clear through the bottom of the apple or we're going to lose all of our juicy ingredients out the bottom. So let's see how we do. I like my little scout knife a little better for coring. I have a little more control of it. Try not to split my edges. And that spoon does a really nice job of just taking out little slices. We're getting close to the bottom, so I want to be careful not to go down, and I'm going to try and make the edges about the same thickness. Trying to get a nice bowl there without going all the way through. That looks good. Now that our apples are cored, let's go ahead and mix up our dry ingredients. First of all, let's put in our 1/2 cup of rolled oats. I love having these all pre-measured. 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we'll just give those a stir. Now the recipe calls for butter that's warmed or melted, but because it's so cold, we just couldn't do that. So we're just going to make slices like this, and as we get ready to prepare our apples, we'll put in a layer of the ingredients and a slice of butter, and we'll just layer it and see how it does. Now that our ingredients are prepared, let's go ahead and add them to the apple. Put a little bit of that in there. Add a little butter. Get some more. One more slice. Now we'll top it off. And we're ready to go. So add some tin foil. Just bring the corners up. Oh, we're going to add the lid first. Good idea. There we go. Bring the corners up. That's ready for the coals. We've got some great coals going, so I think we'll put them right in the middle and let them cook for about 30 minutes. We'll do oranges without tin foil and apples with. We'll come back in about 30 minutes and give them a check. We're going to do a little check on the oranges, and as I look down into the coals, one thing really became apparent is we added a little too much batter, so maybe we'd recommend that you fill your oranges about halfway up because it's spilled out the top and it's been cooking. So we know that it's probably close to being ready. Let's give it a check. So it looks like the lid on that one's, oh, look at that. That cake looks pretty done, and I just dropped the lid. So I think we'll leave that there, and we'll just take out the orange and give it a test. So the orange looks pretty crusty, but the cake looks cooked. So we'll still give it the toothpick test, and it looks great. Let's cut it open and see how it really turned out. Oh, I smell that orangey goodness. And we have us a little cupcake in the middle. So let's take a little taste of that. It's a really good cupcake. And you've got the little bit of orange flavor. It's delicious. Now let's grab the apples. All right, let's unveil these apples and see how we did. That looks pretty good. Oh, and there's your delicious filling inside. The apple is cooked beautifully, just like an apple pie. Let's get the other one out. That one looks delicious also. Let's take the top off of that. See how that turned out. Oh, another beautiful apple pie, and there's the filling. Time to eat. Taste it. You gotta wait, because I'm savoring the moment here. Let me bask for a second. Okay, I'm over it. It is really, really good. Really good. So if you're comparing the oranges to the apples, my favorite is going to be the apples, although the oranges are delicious too. We hope that you'll try this, and we hope that you'll join us again at OSMEtv. Give me some more of that. Yeah.